It's cold outside. Can you tell by the mountain behind me? I'm inside and I saw the Twilight Zone Season 3, Episode 3, The Shelter. It is directed by Lamont Johnson, written by Rod Serling. If you haven't seen this episode, I'll spoil it for you. This episode follows Bill and his family, and they're having a birthday party for Bill. All of his neighbors in this suburban area, and by the way, the context, this is 1960s, so of course we got the nuclear threats are happening during this time, and we got this nice, lovely group of friends with their children and Bill's child, and I love the emphasis on how they're all having a good old time. They're just enjoying themselves. Very pleasant. This episode specifically focuses on this because what happens next is the complete opposite of how jovial everything is. One of the kids is like, hey, there's this alarm going off. There's this alert system saying, hey, go to shelter. And Bill is the only one in the neighborhood who has a shelter. And he only has a shelter for 3 people. And so, of course, he has his family put in the shelter, and everybody in the neighborhood is freaking out, and they're trying to convince Bill to let them in. And I'm just thinking, why did you guys not prepare? It's your guys' fault for not preparing for a shelter. I completely am on Bill's side and his family. He's the only one who prepared. Everybody else is trying to worm their way into the shelter, and everybody is acting hysterical, tensions are high, every emotion that they've had towards each other that they suppressed is coming out, tensions are running extremely high, and there's a brilliant idea to get a battering ram and ram into the shelter, and I'm like, oh boy, Bill, you should have got a bigger door or thicker door or something, because by the time that these people are able to ram their way into the shelter door, there's an update. The update is, hey, this was a false alarm. And I'm like, great. Now everybody's shown their true colors. I love it because every single person is not civilized. They're very much like animals. And Bill's the only one who has the forethought and has made a shelter. He's the only one who made a shelter, and everybody else is woefully unprepared, and they deserve what they get. And I like how Bill's like, I think of you guys differently now. Go away. And I'm like, amazing. What's funny is that for humanity to survive, and this isn't like the closing narration, for humanity to survive, everybody has to remain civilized, or else if you let your inner animal come out, then everybody is doomed, and there's not really a reason to be alive, I guess, because everybody's going to be like at each other's throats, and you're going to be stressed and tense, versus in a civilized society, you're not as stressed and tensed. You just have to worry about passive aggression. You know what? I really enjoyed this episode. Even though I knew what the twist was going to be, I enjoyed seeing everybody react in the ways in which they did, animalistically. Bill is the only one who was able to plan and execute on his plans and have enough fuel and shelter and water to last his family for weeks. So I've got to give this episode, it's a solid 8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another on the platform or likes at $20 Dinas at patreon.com/ASEPresents for 1 movie review for 1 month. If I haven't reviewed on the channel, there's a chance I haven't seen it all. Support the Daily Grind this week on autisticblues.com, so you can go here. And until next time, in salad saw, I'll see you later, my sour croutons and bacon bits. I want to go find shelter.